Hello my dear children, today I am going to start the new chapter multiplication in plants. You must aware about the multiplication or the reproduction. We can say reproduction also. It is the very important feature of living organism. It is the most important characteristics of living. It is not present in non-living. So what is multiplication? Multi means many. It is also called reproduction. It is the ability of living organism, I have told you, that to produce its own kind. It is the ability of living organism to produce its own kind. That's why it is also called reproduction. Re means again and production means produce karna. So it is the ability of living organism to produce its own kind. It is important feature for the living organism. If there is no reproduction or multiplication in the living organism, means if they are not able to produce their own kind, slowly there will be no life on the earth, whether they are plants or animals. So it is very necessary for the survival of life, for the continuity of life on the earth. In this chapter, we will discuss the multiplication in plants. There are two types of reproduction or multiplication in plants, that is sexual and asexual. We will study both the methods, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Before going to these two methods, first of all you must know different parts of plant. The plant consists of many parts. You have discussed, you have read in junior classes also. That is stem is present, root, leaves, flower is present. We have divided the plant parts in two types. One is the vegetative part and other is the reproductive parts. Vegetative parts are root, stem and leaves. And what is the reproductive part? The reproductive part of a plant is flower. Flower is the reproductive part. Now, I am going to discuss the structure of flower, which you have discussed you have read in 6th class also. I have taken this simple diagram of a flower. The main part of the flower is sepal, petal, pistil or carpel. Pistil, carpel, sepal, petal, and one is the male part of the flower. The male part of the flower is this, which consists of two parts. One is anther and other is filament. And the female part of the flower is consists of three parts: stigma, style and ovary. The three parts are stigma, style and ovary. The male part is of the flower is called the male part. The male part of the flower is there and the female part. Female part is called pistil or carpel, and the male part is called the stamen. The male part is called stamen. The stamen further consists of two parts which we have discussed. One is the anther and other is the filament. Now we come to the sepal. It is green in color. The diagram is also given in your book. It is green in color. It gives the support. It is the base. It gives the support. It gives the support and help in giving the support when the bud develop into the flower. Petal. What are the petals? Petals are the beautiful part of a flower. These petals are colorful, having a particular smell, fragrance, and they attract the insects for the pollination. These are the two parts, and the part which involve in the multiplication or the reproduction is male part and the female part. I am just discussing the male and female part again. The female part consists of three subparts. Stigma, you can see here, a long tube-like structure is style, and here this is ovary, and inside the ovary ovules are present. And here the male part is the stamen, which consists of a bulb-like structure anther and a tube-like structure is called filament. Now in the sexual reproduction, I have told you that the flower is the reproductive part of the plant, and this flower involved in the sexual reproduction. They produce the male part of the flower produce the male sex cells or the male gametes, and the female part produce the female gametes. The male part produce the male gametes and the female part produce the female gamete. And when this male and female gametes, I am repeating, when this male and female gamete fuse together, when they fuse together, they form the zygote. They form the zygote. The male part, the male gamete is called the pollen, and the female gamete is called the ovule or egg. Male gamete is beta pollen, which is present in anther. Pollens are present in anther, and female gamete is ovule, which is present in ovary. They combine to form, they fuse to form is called the zygote, and this zygote further develop into the seeds. This zygote, the fused ovule by the pollen, they form the zygote. This zygote cells divide repeatedly to form the seeds, and the ovary swells up. All these things happen here in the ovary, the female part. We will discuss all the process of reproduction in detail later on. This occur in the ovary, and in this process the ovary swells up. फूल जाती है ovary. The ovary swells up and it converted into fruit, and inside this ovary the ovules are fertilized, and this fertilized ovule is responsible for the formation of seed. In this way the seeds are formed, and from the seeds we get many plants. In this way the multiplication take place in the flower, the reproductive part of a plant, and this is the sexual reproduction. So what is the definition of sexual reproduction? The process of reproduction in which male and female gamete fuse to form zygote, and this zygote give rise to seed is called the sexual reproduction. Now, beta ji, there are different types of flowers. I am just discussing the different types of flower in a flowering plant. The first one is the bisexual. Bi means two, or it is also called the hermaphrodite. This is the new term for you, hermaphrodite. Bisexual flower or hermaphrodite flower. What is the bisexual flower? The flower, it is also called the complete flower. The bisexual flower or hermaphrodite flower is also called the complete flower because this flower bear all the four parts of a flower, that is sepal, petal, stamen and pistil. We can also say that the bisexual flower are those flowers which contain both the reproductive part, male as well as female. It means which is having both pistil as well as the male part, stamen. That is the hermaphrodite. The very common example of hermaphrodite flower is this hibiscus. Red color ka, you have seen the red color flower, that is the hibiscus rosa sinensis. And this mustard is also, this hibiscus is also called the China rose. Now the second type of flower is incomplete or unisexual flower. Uni means single, bi means two, and uni means one or single. The flower bearing sepal and petals, but they may bear either male or female part. They are not bearing both the parts. That's why they are called the unisexual or incomplete flower. The flower which is bearing only male or female part is called the incomplete flower. The example is papaya, sunflower are the very common example of incomplete or unisexual flower. The third type of flower are neutral flower. What are the neutral flower? Neutral flowers are the flowers, beta ji, which are responsible for only the color. They are responsible for only the color. They lack the reproductive part. They are having only sepal and petal. Beta, sorry, the sunflower is the example of neutral flower, not this unisexual flower. It is the example of neutral flower, sunflower. It is having petals and sepal. It is not having male and female part. So chrysanthemum is also the example of neutral flower. So in this way, beta ji, we have discussed the structure of flower, the parts of flower and types of flower. The bisexual flower, unisexual flower and neutral flower. Now the next topic we will discuss in next video. Thank you. Have a good day.